Welcome to the best hour of your life you've ever wasted, the Just Talking podcast. My name is Izzy. Today I'm here with Potato and Zeke. Say hi.
Hi.
Howdy.
Let's get talking. How have you guys been since the last time we spoke? Obviously, I haven't been on podcast for a while with you, Potato, and obviously I was with you last time, Zeke, so has anything been happening on your end? Anything interesting?
Large confusion. Large amounts of confusion. Lots of it.
Yeah.
Because my college is, ruining my life.
Oh no,
Deadly.
what's been going on there?
It just, a lot of the classes that I need aren't available, and they keep telling me to go to another college, but no transportation.
Oh my god. Really?
I need one more class to finish it off, because the class that I need got cancelled, and there was no other substitute for it.
Oh my god.
They told me you can enroll in another cool school at our in our district, and I was just like, nah fam, that's gonna screw me over. You've already messed up my schedule.
God, I'm sorry.
Nah, it's juicy.
How about you, Zeke? Anything interesting been happening on your end?
Yeah, I'm running away again. Giving up on my Virginia adventure, heading back home to for a while at least, until I find somewhere else to travel off to and try something new again, I guess.
Oh god. So nothing spectacular on anyone's end then?
Not particularly.
Oh gosh, never mind. Well, I figured today an interesting topic we could talk about. Me and Zeke were actually talking about it towards the end of the last episode that I recorded it with him. But I thought today a good topic to talk about would be internet communities and maybe things that we like to do online and on the internet.
Shit, okay.
So what kind of communities would you guys say you associate yourself with most? Like, kind of, for example, like gaming communities, animating communities. Like, do you do podcasts outside of the Just Talking podcast?
I've only got my own show that isn't really doing anything too interesting right now. I mean, I started doing these daily piano things that are weird, but I don't have any other podcasts now.
And what about you, Potato?
I am a part of a lot of people's lives. I kind of weasel my way into everything. So I'm in parts of the art community. I'm in a good part of the gaming communities. I have a lot of buddies that are like in really random spots in the world. But I think there's a lot of communities out there, and to say, like, looking at just the gaming community alone, you could see like how many different people are out there, because There's people that I've gamed with that somehow got onto like the American servers that are in New Zealand,
Oh wow.
and yeah, it's wacky. It's really wacky.
I think for me, community-wise, I'm definitely quite heavy into like the YouTube gaming community and the kind of animation and art community. But I think aside from that, I just kind of float around. I'm in the meme community quite frequently as well, actually. um, but yeah, well, if there was like one main community that you'd have to kind of say that you're in the most frequently, what would it be?
Particularly the gaming, because I spend a vicious amount of time on just specifically Overwatch, which I don't know necessarily if that's good or not, but I enjoy it.
What about you, Zeke? What would you say is your kind of main community you shove yourself into?
In terms of people I actually like interact with, I guess that would be like anime communities, especially like a year or two ago on Kick. I used to join like every single chat I could for anime stuff, and I still have a bunch of friends that watch a whole lot, so I keep up with all that, and I still like talking to people and watching videos and stuff. But I still like I like to pay attention to a lot of other things as well, and sort of just like keep my eye on video games and other various things. But I guess like people I interact with mostly are like anime stuff, I guess.
The good old days of Kick. Does anyone remember the good old days when it was at its peak?
I was
Yeah.
I was never on Kick Me. I don't know. I just never jumped on the bandwagon.
That was like when I was like 13, 14.
Oof.
Was like right when Omegle got really, really hot.
I'm on Omegle sometimes. I find quite a lot of fun in trolling people online.
I love it.
I think the problem is there's just so many bots at this point where it's like, hey, come add me on Kick or come add me on Snapchat for fun time, and I'm like, no thanks. Not planning on that.
I think, like, as far as like bots go, I think Kick has it the best because you get these really, really stupid bots that are like, me and this girl are looking for a third. Why don't you come join us, big boy? And I'm just like, but I'm a chick, please. You don't even know.
No, thank you.
They're so good.
Oh my god.
I
I
just
remember
love being around for like their evolution, the evolution of how like the kickbots and how like they got more complex and more ridiculous over time. It was great.
once I managed to convert someone into the furry community, and I'm not even a furry myself. Like, I'm not a furry and not into the community, but I pretended to do some sort of weird roleplay with this guy on Omegle, and we were talking. I don't use the face cam thing because I can't be bothered, but like I ended up doing some furry roleplay with him, even though he was absolutely not into it. And I was like, "Oh, I'm a huge furry. I think we could probably date too if you're a furry." And he's like, "Oh yes." And I was like, "What's your fursona?" And I basically made him a fursona and then left him. So I basically just made a furry and abandoned him.
That's amazing.
Sad.
I love how the mixed responses were just, "That's amazing," and "This is so sad." It's just insert Alexa play Despacito here, even though that's probably copyrighted. Can we get an oof in the chat?
Get a nice oof and an F. Ah.
Oh my god. I've been saying can we get an oof in the chat so much recently. I think everyone I'm around is just sick of it.
I'm using the phrase juicy probably 24/7 now.
Oh god. Oh, what about you, Zeke? Are there any like phrases that you just use, like that you probably should?
Xander can probably come up with a few.
Well,
I don't
just
know. Mine change a lot. I mean,
yeah.
I said congratulations a lot. Xander picked out on that one, and then I don't know. Yeah, they shift around.
I think my problem is I constantly coin phrases and things off the internet, like, for example, big oof. It's like, it's just a combination of can we get an F in the chat and me saying oof whenever I could. I had a problem at one point of just going oof. Someone would say something sad and I'd be like, oof, that's really sad. Alexa, play Despacito.
Big mood. Holy shit, big mood.
Oh, big mood. That was such a big thing for a while as well. I mean, I used to have no clue what big mood meant until people started using it, and I was like, yeah, big mood, and I was like, what have I become?
GG.
God, GG. I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, there's a lot of Vine phrases as well, which I'll just find myself using. I say, this bitch empty at least once a day.
You gotta get a good yeetin' at least once a day.
Obviously. If you don't yeet, are you even living?
That's a good question.
To yeet or not to yeet, that is the question. I don't know the rest of the quote.
Ugh. Props to anyone who actually knows that quote, though.
What quote? I wasn't listening for a second. Stepped out of the internet.
It's a Shakespeare reference, isn't it?
Yeah. To be or not to be, that is the question. Shakespearean English. Fancy.
What is that even from? Was it from Macbeth?
I don't know. That was my first guess. I'm pretty sure it's
As someone
not,
who's read Macbeth, I don't know if it was in
Juliet.
Macbeth.
No, I don't actually think it. Hold on, wait. Let me
It might not be Macbeth. I know it's not Romeo and Juliet. I'm pretty sure it's not Caesar.
To be or not to be.
The big Caesar one is Et tu, Brutus.
I know it wasn't The Tempest because I had to do that in a class once, and it was the most boring thing I think I've ever had to do. Ooh, Hamlet.
Yeah.
Never read Hamlet.
Fun facts with I never read Hamlet. I've had to do Macbeth and I've had to do The Tempest, and I hated them both.
I liked Macbeth, but my teacher made it fun. We've also had we had to read in high school. We had Macbeth. We had, what is it called? The something in a shroom. Oh my god.
The Taming of the Shrew?
Taming of the Shroom. It's like it's really funny because she's really spiteful. She's so petty about marrying someone because her little sister wants her to marry someone so that she can marry someone. But no, she's too petty to marry someone. She's like, nah, ain't no man gonna hold me down.
Oh, God. I think out of the two I've read, I enjoyed Macbeth, but I think that was just mainly because afterwards he was like, I'm so sad, I've done everything wrong, and now I'm crazy.
Such a mood, though.
I think he went crazy. I don't actually remember a lot of it.
I think a lot of Macbeth was like a mess, and I loved it because it was a mess.
Oh, it was just so bad.
But it's a classic.
Yeah, that's my problem when everyone's like, oh, classic literature is the best literature, and I'm like, yeah, but is it?
Some of it's pretty good. I personally didn't enjoy A Tale of Two Cities or The Great Gatsby. They both made me want to chop my own eyes out.
I think I've had to read Of Mice and Men in class, and the title still makes no sense to me, seeing because it makes very little sense about mice in the end. But, like, it was just so, like, it got really dark, and I think I enjoyed it because it got so dark. Have all of you guys actually read Of
The
Mice
title
and Men?
is like it's the comparison between mice and men. It's how the
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know. Have you guys actually read Of Mice and Men, though? Because, yeah.
I haven't read it, but I did. I read a lot of books in high school because our high school is very you're gonna read a book. My freshman year they forced us to read A Tale of Two Cities,
Yeah.
The Odyssey, which is actually fairly good if you can sit through it.
Which one?
And the Odyssey, I think it was. It's the
Oh yeah.
It's like the Great Tale, and it's a huge ass story. It's really complicated, but it's fairly good. It's fairly good.
I've never actually read that. I haven't had to read it. I mean, I've just finished up with Frankenstein, and we'd read quite a
Ooh.
bit of Dracula as well because we're currently studying Gothic literature, and it was strangely depressing.
Frankenstein made me really sad, but also really happy because it was a good book. I read that my senior year.
Yeah.
I read Dracula my sophomore year because we had to do book reports at our school
Oh,
because I was in the honors section like a nerd, and their teachers made us do monthly book reports. And so my freshman year, I read The Great Gatsby and stuff. Then my sophomore year, I ended up reading Alice in Wonderland through the Looking Glass. I started on Dante's Inferno at the end of my freshman year.
Mm.
It's such a long book.
Oh.
It's so good though. Oh my god, it's such a good book.
I actually read Alice in Wonderland when I was quite young, but I don't think I could actually quite grasp some of the darker bits at the time, and it just made no sense to me. But,
What one?
yeah. I think I never managed to finish In the Looking Glass just because my small child mind it got too boring for me.
I'm gonna be honest. Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass are mind fucks to read because Lewis Carroll, when he wrote it, must have been on something.
I swear,
Like,
some people theorize this. It's like mental illness or whatever. I don't know. It's literally called I don't remember it, but it was it's called something like Wonderland Syndrome. A load of people think that Lewis Carroll had it, and I'm like, I just think he must have been on some kind of drugs whilst writing it because my god,
whew.
like,
They're good books, but they're tough to read because they're such a mindfuck.
yeah, I don't know how I sat through it whilst I was younger because I read through some of it now and I was like, what is going on? Sometimes the story's just all over the place.
Oh yeah, big time. Especially because the first book focuses on chess, and then the second book is cards.
Yeah, but I think
Or is
that's
it
what
the other way
confused me
around?
so
I don't
much.
remember. No, it's the other way around. I'm sorry.
The other way around. And
It's
I was
cards
just
then
like,
chess.
yeah, because I remember the second book. All I remember is just being really confused because I was like, who's the white and black queen? What's this?
Yeah, it was talking about chess, and it's weird. It's weird because I think Humpty Dumpty is also in the second book, and
I think it might be,
he
yeah.
just kind of there was no purpose for him, but it was great.
Yeah. I don't know. What about you, Zeke? Have you ever had to read, classical literature or older classics and stuff like that?
Hello? Yeah, I'm here, I think.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can
Okay,
hear
yeah.
you now.
I just ended up switching to data because standing by the window was getting real. And I had my phone up on the windowsill so I could hear you while I was shoving my blanket into a bag because I'm leaving in 20 minutes. Anyway, we're still talking about books?
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't read too many classics. I've read Shakespeare. I've read Caesar and a bit of Romeo and Juliet. I can't remember fully if I've read the entirety of Romeo and Juliet, but I really
Yeah.
want to read with the one with the white whale. I can't remember what it's called at the moment.
Moby
Oh,
Dick?
is that
I
Moby
want to read
Dick?
Moby Dick.
I think I know what the ending was because of our meme about it.
Nice.
Oh god, but I haven't read Moby Dick.
Has anyone enjoyed some dystopian literature in their time yet? Because dystopian literature is like my favorite.
I don't think I've read dystopian literature before. I don't
I
know
just read a
though.
lot of fantasy.
Yeah. It's a lot, like 4 main ones would be A Big New World, 1984, Animal Farm, and what's the other one? Fahrenheit 451 or something?
I think it's 451. That is a really good. I have actually read that one. They had a recent movie out too that was pretty good. I'm meaning to reread that one because I read it when I was like super young. But yeah, that one's really good as well. And so is I read maybe like good half or so of 19 what is it? What is it?
1984.
Yeah, 1984. I was listening to that in an audiobook, and then I think like my Audible trial ran out or something because I was listening to it very sparsely because I was listening to it while I was working out, so I didn't get through the whole thing.
I don't think I've read dystopian literature. Me, I don't really know what's about. Also, a quick note on how I find it. The way Americans say it, literature just sounds way better than the way I say it or the way British people say it because we just go literature rather than literature.
I mean,
There's that, but
most
at
people I
least you
talk to don't even say literature. It's too big of a word. They just say books.
uh,
mood though. Oh my goodness.
the biggest.
I think the best way to explain the dystopian literature for anyone who doesn't know what it is, like maybe you haven't gotten the chance to read it or you just don't understand what it is like a fantasy concept of like instead of a utopia, you have a dystopia. So you've got a world that's seemingly perfect, but under some really, really fucked up rules. So in like 1984, it's a very oppressive government. It's based on the idea that like there's always something watching you and you can't get away with anything that will actually make you happy.
Oh.
And the main character tries to be happy with a woman, and it doesn't pan out well for him or the woman.
Oh
To say the
God.
least. They're just like they're like train wrecks you can't look away from because they're so interesting. They're so interesting. It's like if you were to walk into North Korea today, right? You would walk in and you'd say, "This is like a mess to me, but it's interesting, so I'm gonna keep looking."
I think. What would you say your favorite genre of book is then, you guys? Because obviously we've just talked about a lot of different types of kind of books to read.
I personally love me some dystopias or like the old gothic literature, like Dracula or
Yeah.
Frankenstein, because those are like dorky old, but they're good.
Yeah.
Fantasy in general, but also like game lit fantasy, like video game stuff. It's a really stupid sort of new genre. I think it's like really big in Russia and it's started to make its way into Western audiences, and it's just interests the hell out of me.
Good shit.
That sounds pretty cool. I think, for me, it sounds quite bizarre, but I have a quite specific kind of taste. I like kind of adventure, like, have you guys ever read, I'm assuming you'll have read something like The Hunger Games or The Maze Runner?
I never sat down to read it because it was never required, and none of it interests me, which I feel really bad. Really bad, but like the concept of like a game, it just kind of pans out better if it's like a visual representation than a book to me.
Yeah, I guess. I think I can see where you're coming from. I think I love that kind of book, like the adventure kind of. I don't know. I like the kind of adventure action kind of books where it sounds really weird of me to say this, but I like it when it's like, there's a lot of kind of it's like violent. I'm not someone who enjoys violence. I'm not a proper weird like that. But I find it interesting in books when it's like characters die and there's actual development and people are just like trying to make their way through these horrible scenarios that they're in.
Yeah, that's a pretty good style too. It's just like people are thrust into insane situations. Like, have you ever seen the movie Battle Royale? Like the really old Japanese
Uh,
movie?
I don't think I have actually.
It's really good. It's sort of where the term comes from. It's like a school, or it might just be like a single class from a school, and they get put on an island and they're just told like there's a bunch of weapons around. Whoever lives at the end gets to live. Like go around and just
Oh,
like kill each other. And that's because that's where the
oh
term
my
comes from. And it's such
god.
an intense fucking movie. It's so
That sounds amazing. But like, I don't know. I quite like survival kind of books like that. I'm surprised to hear that you've never actually like read The Hunger Games or seen it because it's like it's kind of one of those books like Harry Potter, for example, where just everyone reads it.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I jumped on the train and started 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, gee. I've not yet been able to lay my hands on 50 Shades of Grey for A, age reasons, and B,
I was
for the
gonna say,
fact
I
of
hope so.
it doesn't. It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, yeah, no thanks. I've read it. It's kind of like I've read enough fan fiction that I don't need to read 50 Shades of Grey.
It's
Wasn't.
actually, it was a Twilight fanfiction, and that's why there's still so many typos. The editors probably couldn't get all of them out.
Oh my god. I wouldn't know that though because I've never read it. But how would you let a book pass that just has typos in? I'm sorry, but as I wouldn't be able to deal with it, mate.
To be honest, though, if a book has that many typos, you're gonna let some pass because you're just so sick of your job.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, having to read through that and sort any typos must be just so numbingly just stupid. I'd get sick of it. I'd be like, why do I have to keep on reading these scenes?
Such a mood. Oh my goodness. Uh, um, I think the closest I ever read to like a Hunger Games style thing was, maybe Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno isn't really, like, close to it, but it's, like, the concept of character development, and there's a lot of that in there, because he has to go through, like, the hell.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, but like, just oh man, just books. I think the thing that concerned me was when I saw 50 Shades of Grey in my nan's house and she had all three, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Because it's kind
I
of one of
think
those things that you overlook until you know, and then you're like, oh, okay then.
I feel that. My mother has all 4 books and 2 of the movies, and I just kind of sit here and I'm like, I'm glad they're at my grasp, but this is weird. Why
Oh,
do you like
God.
this?
It's just all middle aged women reading it, and I'm like, why?
It's the leftovers of them that were like fucking 18, 19 at the time when they were still into like fan fiction, and they're like, memories.
Oh my god, so it's basically fan fiction for older people.
No, that's what it was. It was a Twilight fan fiction originally, written on fanfiction.net.
Oh my god. I was never on fanfiction.net, me. I've always been a WattPadder.
I jumped around from Quotive, WattPad, fanfiction.net, and Archives of Our Own.
Oh
It
god.
depends on what you're looking for, but the saucier stuff is definitely on like fanfiction.net or Archives of Our Own. Wattpad has some like fluff and some decent sauce, but not really.
Oh god, you have clearly not read Lemon then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's not as many lemons on Wattpad as there is on like the other sites.
Yeah, this is true. I think Wattpad's recently become a lot more kind of One Direction adopted me. I am boyfriend with Harry Styles. Ow wow. Woo.
I mean, come on, you haven't lived until you've read a fanfiction about your favorite band, like, and your mother's selling you off to them. Come
Oh
on.
my god. I
That's
would
great.
I would lie and said I haven't, but we're all here to tell the truth. What about you, Zeke? Have you ever entered the world of god awful fanfiction?
Oh, years ago, yeah. Back when I was real into Rick Riordan, the lightning thief sort of stuff.
Oh my
If you've seen that,
god.
so
Percy
because he's
Jackson is my
yeah.
shit.
I read those 5, and then I read the Kane Chronicles, and one of the
Oh.
books sort of teased a meetup, and I was like, I need to see this happening. So I was like looking online, and I found a bunch of fan fictions where with a meetup between the characters, and that sort of got me into that. I read a whole bunch of that random stuff, and then I found like other stuff, a lot of real saucy stuff for sure. But yeah, that's what got me into it.
I think, has anyone here actually written any fanfiction?
I'm ashamed to say I have, and I've taken it to school for a creative writing class at some point.
Oh my god.
I am a terrible writer.
I have also written a fanfiction, and it was like, I wrote it when I was young, but I was so proud of it because I thought it was absolutely awesome. But I'd
Same.
rarely update it, and I wrote it on WattPad, and it's deleted now, so no one can ever find it. But like, it was just so cringeworthy because it was like you could feel the effort of just me wanting to write about it. And then I started another one, and the book itself is alright, and I still continued it, and it was supposed to be this epic YouTuber apocalypse dystopian reality, and it was like all my favorite YouTubers together, and it's like you're reading as yourself, but one of them likes you. Whoa! And then I kind of changed it because I was like, I don't like this, so now it's just about regular people, and no one likes you.
A genuine question. Does anyone remember the days when, like, when septiplier was like the top of the feed for fucking fanfiction?
Wasn't gonna say this, but that's what I was right about. Mega oof. I used to be such trash until they were like, "Can you stop? It's making us uncomfortable." And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah."
The fandom really took it though. The fandom for septiplier actually took that into consideration. They stopped making it. It's harder to find now.
Yeah, I think the only there's like very few disrespectful kind of people that are still around. I'll occasionally see them floating around on comment sections or on some
Yeah.
of Mark's or Jack's posts, but like it's pretty much dead at this point, and I'm honestly quite glad it is because I liked it. I liked the idea for a while until I started to see how messed up people were, and I was like, yeah, this is no good for me.
There was an artist I used to follow for a really long time. I'm not gonna name them because they don't need the drama, but there was an artist I followed for quite a while that did a lot of septiplier art, and she took it hard.
I think I know who you're talking about because I used to follow them too. I'm just
Starts with a
gonna.
C. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But she took it hard, and like there was a lot of drama around her, and I felt really bad after what happened. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I followed them until like late last year until I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this.
It got to a point though, like late last year, that their account got reported so much because they started drawing it again.
Yeah, it was. They started drawing so much weird stuff. It just made me really uncomfortable. They were like a crazy, and then they started like getting proper horrible to like Jack and Mark as well. And I was like, yeah, this ain't chill for me, dude. Person, stop, no. And that
And
was just kind of it for me.
there was a lot of issues with what happened there, and I'm glad
It,
to see that basically she
Hello?
started over.
yeah.
If someone tells Zeke he's deafened, pretty please.
Um. Oh man, the days of septiplier fanfiction and general trashery.
Sweet, sweet fanfiction. I feel like fanfiction used to be, like, so much more than it is nowadays.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm on both sides of the story in that I've read some really good stuff, and it's led some writers to go to, like, to get really popular and, like, launch their career, but at the same time, I've just seen some of the worst stuff I've ever had to read. Like, Jesus. No one wants to have to read the milk fic.
Yep.
Big oof on my part. I didn't
Uh,
know what it was, and I went looking for it, and I regretty so much spaghetti.
I, I viciously enjoy Overwatch to a point where I'll read fanfiction, like, on a good day. Like, a really good day it has to be for me to read it, but there's some
Yeah.
fanfictions that I've found
There's
that are
some,
they're just, I don't know how to
some,
explain it, but they're
some
not right.
they sometimes they get too kinky, sometimes they get too weird, sometimes it just completely defies the logic of everything that goes on in the canonical universe. It's not like that's not cricket. I don't know. It's
I
just
don't feel like
sometimes it's a mess.
I don't feel like the kink bugs me.
Definitely.
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Must have happened in my pocket. I didn't know what was going on.
For
He
anyone
missed
who
a
can't
complete section of septiplier.
for anyone who
Did
can't
you?
tell, Zeke's been deaf for the past however long.
Uh,
You haven't missed much. It's basically just been an awful lot of septiplier and fanfiction.
I feel like the only people that can still, like, pride themselves in liking septiplier are, like, kids that don't know any better anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of one of those people when someone asked me, I'd be like, oh yeah, I really like it, until I actually realized that the fandom is just not well received anymore, and it was like, it's one of those things where it's like, it was okay until people started taking it too seriously. Kind
Yeah.
of like Fan. Jesus, I'm just jumping into all of these ships. Fan's one of those things that never really died. I'm not mentioning my opinion on it for the sake of people sending for me, but like, it's just one of those things, really, isn't it? Where it's like there are ships that just people take way too far, and it's like people need to learn that. I don't ship. That's why I don't like shipping people with real life people, because it's like these are people with feelings, and they have to read these things.
They have to find this shit on Google, damn it.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
I just kind of think of it as a way of, in case like their career on YouTube or whatever social media platform they use backfired, their their employer might search for their name and then they just see a load of that, and it's like probably will put them off a bit.
just a bit. At the same time, though, if you're a YouTuber that used to be big, that might be good for marketing, so they might still hire you anyway.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess it all just comes down to where you stand on it.
It's true. I think it's just like a which shipping. Like, player went way too far. They as a friendship ship, but as like when people started pushing it into like the sexual boundaries, they were kind of sitting there like nervous laughter.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, bloody, it's been dead for a while at this point, and I'm kind of okay with that.
Same. I think the only things that I like could get think you could get away with like the sexual ones with was like the old like PewDieCry, Ken and PewDiePie. Like those were
Oh,
they made jokes out of
PewDiePie.
that. They loved reading that shit for the shits and giggles.
Pretty much, honestly, it's just I didn't. I remember they actually read a fanfic for Valentine's Day, and it was just
Yeah.
great.
The person who animated for that praised them. Oh my god.
It was just so good.
I like the grammatical errors in fan fiction when you read it out. That's like the peak of fan fiction.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh
Uh,
God, the good old
how much
days.
time do we have left?
Well,
We had a 15-minute warning at some point earlier. I don't know if we have much time.
We have about 5 minutes left.
Juicy.
So I think maybe shall we end it there for today? We're already running a bit behind. So
We are.
yeah.
It's all good though. We juicy in this place.
Yeah, I'm
This was-
literally waiting to be picked up right now anyway.
All right, awesome.
Knowing exactly
So
what-
it seems like a good point to end off on all of us then.
Good shit.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me, guys. If you want to be found on social media by any of our lovely listeners, where could we find you?
Just look me up on YouTube at that sweet PZR potato because it's easier to spell than my Instagram.
Zeke Dillagaff or Zeke Reads if you don't want to spell out Dillagaff on YouTube.
And if you want to find me, then you can find me on Instagram under is_science, or on YouTube it's just is science. It's a username I thought of when I was 9, and it's a potential change, so look out for that. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and see you in the next episode, I guess. Goodbye.
Bye.